Hello everyone, we are two second-year students at Zamorano, and today we're going to talk to you about a short story that we just read, which is called The Old Man and the Sea, written by Ernest Hemingway. My name is Cristopher Almendares, 2245.
And my name is Brenda Solórzano, 2290.
And we're second-year tutors for the 2HI class.
Ernest Miller Hemingway was born in July 21, 1889, and he died in July 2nd, 1861. Was an American novelist, a short story writer, and a journalist. And so, Christopher, what else you can mention about the author?
Well, it is important to know that he actually won the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1954, and he published 7 novels, 6 short stories collections, and 2 non-fiction works. Based on the characters, I will mention you 3 of them. The first one is Santiago, which is the main character. He is the old man of the story. He's a fisherman and he is considered a humble person. Next is the marlin, which is the fish, the large fish, who is hooked by Santiago for about 3 days, and at the end, the sharks eat him. Manolin is a small boy who is growing while the story continues, and he worked with Santiago since he was 5 years old. Manolin's parents forced him to go out in a different fishing boat, but he actually continued or followed his dreams. And he also liked to play and to talk about baseball. What else can you tell me about other characters?
Well, I can mention Joe DiMaggio. He's only mentioned in the story. He motivates Santiago when he feels weak. Also, he plays as a center fielder for the New York Yankees, and it is considered the best player in that position. Also, the story mentioned Perico and Martin, but they never appeared in the novel.
Okay.
Referring to settings in the novel are Martin's coffee place, Santiago's house, and the sea. And what you can tell about the plot?
Well, about the plot, we can say that the story is about this old sailor who is coming through a bad luck, and he wants to prove himself that he is good at fishing. So he takes a journey from far land and has an adventure with a large marlin fish, and this fish ends up being eaten by sharks, and the fisherman or the old man feels bad for him. Talking about interesting facts about the book, we can first talk about how this old man who is weak, he never gives up, and we can take this as an example for our lives and implement it in our daily routines. And the old man also felt bad for the marlin fish, since every living creature deserves to be free. And what other outputs can you have from the book?
Also, when Manolin, despite his parents didn't want him to sail with the old man, he followed his dreams. And also, we can take this as an example for our life.
When we talk about Hemingway's style of writing, we can say that it is simple, direct, and unadorned. And we can also say that he likes to avoid adjectives whenever he writes.
We haven't read other books, but we believe if he conserves his style of writing, it will be easy to understand. I can relate my life with Santiago because despite the problems or the stress, I keep trying and never give up, as Santiago did, to accomplish my goals. And how can you relate your life with the book?
Well, I can relate with Manuel, since he followed his dreams of sailing with the old man despite of what his parents told him not to do. And this is an example of what we need to always do, that we need to always do what we want, not what people want us to do. We do things for ourselves, not to please other people. Based on the source, we chose a small quote that Ernest Hemingway said, and it says that it is better to be lucky, but I would rather to be exact. Then when luck comes, we are ready. And he just meant that luck comes and goes as time passes by. But if we are exact in what we do, if we know what we are doing, then we can succeed and always be comfort with what we are doing.
And this quote implies that Santiago may be physically destroyed, but that doesn't mean that he is mentally defeated. In other words, it means that even though the problem that he had, he never loses hope to achieve his goals. In my opinion, I think that the book is short. Also, I think that the story looks real and it has different themes that we can learn from. Also, the book has different messages that we can apply in our life and to be better people.
And in my opinion, I believe that the ending was not what we expected. It was somehow boring. We also had always the interrogation based on what the dream of the lions meant. We know that it talked about a small trip that he made in Africa, but we want to know exactly what it means. And we always had many interrogations among the story. In conclusion, we believe that the book was interesting, but we also believe that the story needs more characters to make it even more interesting. The story does not need to take place only with three main characters or three characters that were just mentioned and not even present in the story.
Also, we believe that if the book has more scenarios and different adventures, it will be better and it will be more interesting for the reader.
Thanks for your attention.
Thank you.